best, and third is the one with the hairy chest.
Woo!
Thank you for coming to our third show.
Woo!
I'm Deby.
I'm Luke.
And I'm Alec.
And welcome to Good Cooks.
Woo! We created this monthly comedy food show to interview chefs, foodies, founders, and feature them to deliver tastings, drinkings, and give us knowledgeable tidbits.
And in between, we have food-related comedy. Right now, it's sketch comedy, but maybe in the future it will be food-related stand-up, food-related musicians, food-related magicians.
Yes, it is open. So, if you are interested or you know someone who might be interested in writing, directing, performing, or a guest on the show, please come talk to us, or you can email us at goodcooksnyc@gmail.com.
New website.
So, the moment you didn't know you were waiting for, our first ever chef on this show, Titus Mitchell.
And he is the founder of A Culinary Conversation, which is an intimate evening of food and frivolity in which it is focused mostly on eating and good conversation.
He's a quintessential good cook.
That's true. And if you want to follow him on Instagram, follow him at A Culinary Conversation. Pleased to introduce you all to Titus Mitchell.
I would encourage everyone actually to, if you have Instagram, to pull up his Instagram because the food looks so amazing. Please look while we talk. It is loud.
A culinary conversation.
Yes, a culinary conversation.
Yes.
This food is amazing.
Thank you.
So, Titus,
Yes.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
To get things going, can you tell us a little bit about why you became a chef and how you started A Culinary Conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. So I didn't know I wanted to be a chef until later on in life. So right now I'm just in education, so I've attained my master's and so on and so forth. And it dawned on me like my passion was being missed, right? So I always saw my mom cooking, and so it dawned on me, it's like, I think I want to go to culinary school. I always entertained, I had my own place. And so I went to culinary school. I graduated in 2015. And so that's how it all began.
And what about A Culinary Conversation?
So A Culinary Conversation began when a friend of mine who owns an art gallery in Brooklyn, Richard Beaver's gallery, we were there talking one day, and he was like, you need to do something with this. You need to, bring out your skill, bring out your craft. And then there was someone in the neighborhood who was an entrepreneur, and then she was like, Titus, we're having a dinner. Why don't you, cater it? And so I was like, all right, cool. I was doing culinary school at the time. And so I was like, all right, cool, let's make it happen. And so we did it, and Rich and I, the owner of the art gallery, afterwards we debriefed, and we was like, this was really successful. And he and I always have conversations, different conversations in the gallery. And so we was like, a dinner conversation. And so we was like, yeah, that works, right? So I'll prepare the food. We have this wonderful gallery that he has. We'll bring people in and we'll serve. And then actually his wife was like, a dinner conversation, it's cool, but it needs something else. There needs to be a little bit more spice to it. And so we came up with A Culinary Conversation. So that was the inception.
Nice.
The artist on top. Yes. That's amazing. And so you have another Culinary Conversation coming up in February. You told me a little bit about your last one. The menu sounded absolutely exquisite. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going to happen in February?
Yeah, so can I just go back a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Right, so the first one happened last April. So again, when we first started, it was because someone was like, we believe in you, Titus. I was in culinary school, and they just wanted me to cater it. But I wanted to, the entrepreneurial spirit of me wanted to do something outside of that, right? So we did the first A Culinary Conversation, April of last year. And basically it's just, again, a conversation, bringing people together. It's a seated of 20 people, and it's a 4-course fine dining experience in Brooklyn with a wine pairing, a cocktail hour, right? So it's like, yeah, let's make that happen. And so I get the inspiration and I get the themes and the menus just from ideas that's floating around in my head, right? So the one prior to the last one was something that I came up with because when I was a kid and my parents weren't home, I love peanut butter and jelly. I love tuna fish. So I did I know we gotta go, but I did a pistachio crusted venison, right, for the second course, with the cherry glaze, and then the third course was a pan-seared sesame seed tuna, right? So peanut butter and jelly, right? So the pistachio with the cherry, right? That's the peanut butter and jelly, right? So the tuna fish came, right? Everybody knows that the aioli is a mayonnaise base. So we did that. And so I try to make sure that when I do the events, it's always theme based, right? Because if you watch the cooking shows, they was like, where's your inspiration? Right? So I want them to keep that in mind. So to answer your question, Alec, so the next one in February is a post-Valentine's Day aphrodisiac 4-course fine dining experience. So I was like, Valentine's Day, right? Aphrodisiac. Right? Sexy. Right? So all of the 4 courses will have some type of aphrodisiac ingredient, right? So I actually came up with the meal like a while ago. So for the first course is avocado with a creamy tomato drizzle, right? Avocados, if no one knows. Guys, avocados. Aphrodisiac, right?
Women, you already know.
Yeah. The second course is a pan-seared halibut with an oyster sauce and red chili peppers. So everybody knows oysters are aphrodisiac. Not everybody probably knows that red chili peppers is. The third course is a lamb loin with a fig and foie gras sauce with a hint of balsamic vinaigrette. So again, right? So everything is theme based. And the last course is a chocolate mousse with the pomegranate and champagne foam. So I just want to make sure that, like when people say, you know what, Titus, what's your inspiration? I'm like, okay, Valentine's Day, sex. So the next one, 2 months later, will be probably Easter. So I'll come up with something to, you know, marry that. Exactly.
Rather than eggs. That's awesome. It sounds delicious, and we will absolutely be able to connect everyone here to you, whether that's through Instagram or you have some business cards. And
Yes.
So feel free to approach Titus after the show to learn a little bit more about how you could come to his dinner or anything like that, or use any of his other services. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that. The music's going.
Yes.
How about that?
So can I just have a thank you, right? So I want to thank Miranda Khan, who
Yes.
actually put me in contact with you guys and made this thing possible. And I reached out to Alex and everybody. So I want to thank Miranda for making this. And I want to thank you guys.
Titus will be back a little later for a demo, and we have a snack for everyone. But for now, let's give it up for Titus.